Hello everyone, how are you? I'm fine, thanks to God. Now today I present to you structures in C++ programming language. So as an introduction, what is structure mean and how we implement a structure is using C++ programming. We see each practically. So as an introduction, the theoretical part, a structure is a collection of variables referenced under one name providing a convenient means of keeping related information together. That means it is a collection of data items, possibly different types. It is heterogeneous data types in that it can be composed of different data types. In contrast, that of an array, because array is a homogeneous, so it is structure is a heterogeneous data type. It can contain only data of the same type for array, whereas for structure it contains different data types with related data items or members. A structure declaration forms a template that may be used to create a structure objects that is instance of that structure. So the variable that may keep the structure are called members of that structure. Structure members are also commonly referred to as elements or fields of that structure. So, as an example, student record. For student record, students have ID, name, major, gender, sergeant, and blah blah. Such fields have as an student record. So student ID, name, major, and these attributes or fields have different data types. It is, we call it a structure. And another example for bank account number, another data type, name, another data type, currency, another data type, balance, another type. So this is another example of structure. And the address book, name, address, telephone number, and other fields may they. So this and like are called structures. In database application, structures are also called records for one individual description, his name, his address, his ID number, his department, his start year, and the like attributes are recorded for to distinguish or to identify or to describe someone's information. So this related information or member record is called a structure in C++ or in object-oriented principle. Sorry, definition of a structure. The keyword struct is a keyword that tells the compiler that the structure is being declared. So defining a structure define a structure is giving a command blueprint for creating your type. So when you create a variable based on the structure definition, all of the member variables or fields are created automatically and grouped under the same group that you create as an struct. So variable have unique name that is different from this type. Individual components of a struct type are called members or fields of that structure. Fields in database or members of the structure in a structure or C++ programming language or as OOP. Member can be of different types. It may have simple member, array member, or struct member. Struct of struct, array of structure, or simple structure. So members may have different representations. For example, it may have simple structure. It may have array of structure, and it may have structure of structure, structure of structure, array of structure, and simple structure. It may have. A struct is named as a whole, while individual members are named using field identifiers. Complex data structures can be formed by defining array of structures, and the struct declaration name is a type, and names of the members of that struct. Note that each member name is given a type. Also, member names must be unique with that struct type. I think it is clear here. You should note that here member names is given a type, and also member names must be unique with that structure type. This is what you call it structure. It does not allocate memory when you make a struct declaration. So it starts allocation memory when the struct members are associated with memory until what we declare the struct variables. The struct variables meaning members of that struct, variable. For example, as you see from this is the syntax that how we create structure. A struct is acquired, and this is the struct name. Under this struct name, you should open brace, and type variables, list of member variables here. Type identifier list, and you can add more variables or member of the structure here. Each identifier defines a member of that structure. So then this is the syntax how we create a structure. And another, for example, struct. This is the keyword struct, and then date is the structure type, and or the structure name, and int day, int month, int year. This is the member of what? The member of this struct date. So date is a struct having three member variables or three member of this structure. Date is a variable of a struct having three member structures or fields. So what you call it, or how we declare a structure looks like this. And then the student structure, for example, we here struct is a keyword, and student information or student info is a struct name or struct name, yeah. And under struct name it have different or many numbers of members of the structure or fields of that structure. So or struct. So this with integer, with character, with double different data types of member of the structure. This is simple structure, and we also may have array of structure or structure of structure. We will see it in the next slides. So the student info structure has four member variables or member structures of different data types. And the next example is student grade structure, student grade, car name, car scores, int love, int homework, int example. These are five members of this struct name with different data types. Good. For bank account, name, account number, balance, date, date, and this and like with different data type, member variables or member of the structure is declared here, and for record structure the same. Struct, it is better to open code block, sorry, and write simple program is to more describe or show better understanding how we declare or implement the structures using C++ programming language. We will see wait until it opens the application. If the struct type declare the declaration proceeds all functions, it will be visible throughout the rest of the file. If it is placed within a function, only that function can use it, unless it should declare outside of that function. It is common to place struct type declaration with type names in .h file, header file, and include that file here, like other libraries that how we include it. So you can include structures as libraries. So it is possible for members of different structure type to have the same identifiers. Also, non-struct variables may have the same identifier as a structure members. Look this as an example. Struct type, struct name. This is struct name also should follow the rules of identifiers. The rules of identifiers. So struct type identifier list. Look here. Example. Student record, student 1, student 2. Student have its own attribute, student 2 have its own attribute or value. So student 1 and student are variables of the student record structure type. Good. Accessing structure members, how we access the members of the structure. So dot operator is a selection operator, as you see here. Struct variable dot member of that struct variable name. Look here, struct person. Person is the struct name. Car is the struct variable. So in order to access name variable here under the structure of person struct, cin.get p.name. Get method here. The get method here is used to receive full names of the person. Full names of the person. When we write full names, it includes or it contains first name and second name. Between the first name and the second name, it have or there is a space. To recognize this space, we use get method here. Get method here. But if we use cin p1 dot name, cin p1 dot name comma size. When we use this, it only accepts the first name. It only accepts the first name, not including the second name. It only accepts the first name because cin only recognizes characters. When the white space happens, it terminates accepting or receiving the next character. So in order to receive the full name, including the space between the first and the second name, we use this get method. This is why we call or why we use the get method here. Interior age, simply we can use cin p1.h because it is a simple one variable, so it is enough to use cin, and p1 salary and the like. And then when we wanted to display p1.name, p1.age and the like, can display the information of this person structure or person struct type. Then how we aggregate the struct operation is aggregate operation is an operation on the data structure as a whole. Input output, arithmetic and comparison of structure, entire structure variable are not allowed here. Are not allowed here. To validate this operation on an entire structure type variable, it should be assignment to another structure variable of the same type. It passes a function of as an argument by value or reference and returns as value of a function. Then we can pass or validate. Unless and otherwise, it is not allowed. Not allowed. I think it is clear. Struct to struct assignment. How we struct to struct assignment? The value contained in one structure type variable can be assigned to another structure type having the same structure type. Having the same structure type. Look here. Student copy student1 dot name Almaz Kebede. Student1 dot ID date 1 2 3 4 5. String copy student1 department dot deep pre-engineering this value to this student1 department. This is integer, this is also integer. Student1's department should be integer. Unless and otherwise, it is impossible to concatenate or copy or manipulate strings using structures. That is it. The nested structure or the hierarchical structure, how it we implement. The type of structure members can be another structure type. What does it mean? The structure member can be members of another structure member, or the struct type of the first structure can be member of another structure. Look here with example, we will see. For example, information about cash. Each machine in a shop contains ID number, written description, purchase date, cost, and the history including failure date, rate, number of days down, and the date of the last service. So this is another structure, this is another structure. How we implement it? Look here as an example. Uh, Date type, int month, int day, int year. Structure, this is the first structure. Date type should be member of another structure. Look here. Look here. Struct statistics type here. Failure, float failure rate. Date type should be member of this structure. This is the first structure and this is the second structure. So the first structure should can the member of the second structure. This is nested structure. Why we call it? What we call it? This is nested structure. How we implement? We'll see this like this. And also another structure. This is the third structure here. This is the third structure here. And the statistics type, this one, the statistics type mean structure 2 can be member of this, can be member of the third structure. And also the first structure, this one, can be members of the third structure here, the third structure here. So under the type it have also another 3 members. I think it is key. Then machine rate is a machine. This is the object of the first structure, or this structure is the contained structure, and we access the members of the member variables under each structure. We can create the object of that structure. Look here. Struct point double xy, point p. P is the object, and then struct line point p1 p2. This is the point of the this is the structure. Under this structure, this is the member of the second structure. And also line L, L is object, and also struct triangles. Under structure, triangle structure, point is the member of this structure, P1, P2, P3. P1, P2, and P3 is the objects of this point. Triangle TT is the object. So as you see here, line meaning here, underline P1 and P2, and under P1 XY, and under P2 X and Y. So this is what you call it, nested structure. Nested structure. Nested structure. How we implement practically, I will show you on the curve block. Look here. How we convert simple struct program to nested structure program. Look here, string first name, string middle name, string last name. These three are name, simply name. So we convert it or group under the same struct name and declare members of that name type. And also employee ID, employee address to city, state, and zip are the descriptions of one object, or all members of this attribute are the same related information. So we declare it as address type and list down the members of address type, or the terms or attributes that used to describe address type list here. And also here month, here date, day, here year, quiet month, quiet day, quiet year. These 6 attributes are also declared as date type. Sorry. including what other member struct members inner structs here employee struct employee and additionally struct name or this one meaning this another struct is created here as a member of the another structure and also salary also included here and also the remaining one contact information here phone cell phone fax pager email and department id is also included under here. This attribute is grouped as this structure contact type. So 1 2 3 4 and 5 structures are created under this one structure. This is how we convert the simple structure to nested structures. Looks like here. This is the record system of some organization or office or system. Name, it may have first name, middle name, and the last name. Employee here. Address, it may have different addresses of that someone to describe someone's address, and also here date, month, day, and year also here, and also quite date, month, day, and year is also here. And the contact, it may have different contacts as a phone, cell phone, mobile phone, fax, pager, and email. Department ID and salary also someone's attribute. This is what we call it structure, used to record someone's information with different data types. This is what we call it a structure. Employee type, employee of 100 employee record system can be designed using this system or based on this prototype. See, in employee of J starts from 0 up to 99. Employee of J dot name dot first, name dot last. This one first, middle, last, and like looks like this. We can access to record or to display someone's information based on this information or prototype. And how array of structure works looks like this. The most common usage of structure is in arrays of structure to declare an array of structure. First define structure and then declare an array variable of that type. For example, to declare 100 elements of an array or 100 records of some information, we declare looks like it. Struct student record student info. This is structure, this is a struct name, this is a struct array name. So to access a specific structure using array, you should take its index, the structure name. For example, to print the name code of structure 3, write this one. Cout student info meaning array of the structure's array name at 2 or at the second index dot name. So the system or the code or the program displays the second record of its name. The second record of that name variable value. Array structure begins index at 0. Yeah, array starts at 0. Index at end minus 1 or size minus 1 is obvious. Good. This is sample program. How it works using namespace std struct stud and stud id car as name 50 characters containing int year. In the main student S5 meaning 5 students record please accept 5 students record having these 3 attributes or descriptors or members. For int j from 0 to 5 j++, enter the id st meaning the array's variable name. Stud is the structure name. So st of j dot stud id. Stud id is the variable of that structure or the members of that structure. and look all st of j dot sname, st of j dot year, cn, the same. And when we want to display this information for int t is equal to 0 t less than 50 plus plus 5 students required to display st of t dot stud id, st of t dot sname, st of t dot year cout. Then we have got, when we run the program, 5 students record is displayed here. 5 students, the first student, the second student, the third student, the fourth student, the fifth student information is displayed when we compile and run our program. Array of structure looks like it. How it works or how we implement based on this principle. It is not a matter of the size of the program. It is the concept, how we implement. You should declare structure name, then the structure's name variable, array variable. This st is the array variable name, and then you can access each member of the structure using st dot that variable. Good. Passing structure to a function. Passing structures to a function also. Pass as it is the whole structure or the entire structure, or specifically single members of such structure. We can possible. Passing entire structure, call by value, call by reference, dot operator, and the like are used to access that specific variable or the whole variable. Normally, back to our code block and see how we implement this structure using different parameters, simple structure, array of structure, and structure of a structure looks like here. Open already existing implemented code here. Jump dot matrix set for the structure. Yeah. Okay. Look here. How we implement structures. Person have its own name. The name may have first name and second name, or including surname, and it have age, and if he is an employee, it have its own employee salary. So structure having 3 members or attributes in database. This is attributes, and this is the table. A table have maybe different columns. These columns are called fields. And structure, this is a struct name. Under the structure, it have members of the structure variables. So we can access, or we can write, or we can display this structure variables using functions to pass this entire structure to a function, or single variable members of that variable structure. Void display data of that person. We pass person as what? Parameter. And int main person p, we create p object here to access members of this person structure. Please enter your full name. cin.get p.name. Why we use get method here? We already discussed, to accept including space. Full name have first name and second name, or shared name. In between, it encounters white space. To recognize this white space, we use a get method here. We use here a get method here. And then cout presenter hp is the person object or the structure's object, and p.salary display date. We pass the called function display dates function, the p object here, the structure's object, and when we pass this, we can access all members of that structure. Void display the information name, age, salary based on this. Then when we compile, we can receive different the information of this student information or person information. Full name Ababao, full name meaning first and second name running again, and please enter full name Ababao space Ababa. Enter, please enter the age 28. Please enter the salary 50,000. Please enter display information name Ababa with including white space, age 28, salary 50,000. So this is how we call the whole entire structure to a function. This is the function, the entire structure of member class, member structure to a function, how we pass. This is an example, and also there is another example. I can show you double struct here. This is structure of structure, how we pass or how we create structure BAM, or we can say Sami here, Sami take YouTube channel, Sami take YouTube channel. Rules of identifiers should be obeyed here. If we give a space here, it is not recognized as identifier. So struct Sami YouTube channel, car address, car label, and age. This is the size of the character to accept the address, and up to 50 characters can recognize. And struct s2 car name and ID, car university. Copy this the outer structure name and paste here, because we can pass, or structures can be members of another structure. This principle is here. This is it looks like the data type, and it looks like the variable of this structure have 1 2 3 4 variables or members, but the secret or the information or the idea is this is not a variable, this is another structure, and we can pass, or it can be members of another structure. This is the principle. And main intermain is to meaning the student structure creates for array or for records containing for record that contains or that holds for records of the for person with s variable array variables. See in the name for int I is equal 0 to I less than 4 I plus plus. See in s of I dot name. See out id for int I is equal 0 I less than 4 I plus plus. See in si of id. See out the university for int I from 0 to 4 I plus plus si of university. This is the members of the S2 structure. And the address meaning here for int I from 0 to 4, the same step applied for the remaining. This is the additional concept. The structures can be members of that structure, meaning to access age is found here, the first structure, but we create only for the second structure. To access this, we use another object. So that object is called student info. So to access this age, we use s.studentinfo.age. Looks like here. S of I meaning for index or array to access many records. S of I dot studentinfo dot address. S of I dot studentinfo dot age. And to display this information, we apply the same rules to display information of that record. Normally, this is a record. To run this, first terminate the first run program. First run build and compile the current file. Then when compile it requires enter full name. Where is the full name? Is that no. Compile current file, yes, then execute. Still it does not recognize our code. Okay, open file, double, yeah. Run, please wait, please enter name, it says please enter name, Abebao, list of names, Abebe, Galagle, Hana, and enter the ID 10121314. Please enter the university, Jimma Institute of Technology, Arba Minch, AMU, Bahar Dar University, Addis Ababa Science and Technology University, AS2. And please enter the student's address, Debra Tower, Arba Minch, Jimma, Dre, and please enter the level 2222, their level. Please enter their age 28, 27, 26 for the last one, and this is the information of someone's information. Full information for Ababo, his ID is 10, his university is JT. For address, age, Double Tabor to Tunin, Armament to Tunin, Jimma to Tunin, 3 to Tunin. 9. This is how structures are implemented. A struct of a struct. This is the first structure and this is the structure. The first structure can be members of the second structure. Thank you for all. Please like, share, subscribe my video. Thank you again.